All right, let's talk about the future. You know, there's a huge difference between just sitting back and waiting for it to happen and actively building the future you actually want. Today, we're going to explore what that really looks like.
This quote right here just nails it, doesn't it? It's all about that stubborn, relentless effort, especially when everything around you, maybe even your own brain, is screaming at you to just give up. And that kind of hope, it's not just a feeling, it's a force that can literally change the world.
And to really see this kind of powerful hope in action, I want to tell you the incredible true story of a man named Victor Villasenor. His journey is, well, it's basically a masterclass in never, ever giving up.
His dream was simple on the surface, but also incredibly profound. He just wanted to tell stories. But here's the thing. For a guy who could barely read, the path from that dream to reality looked pretty much impossible.
And I mean, the walls he was up against were just huge. He had dyslexia. He was functionally illiterate well into his adult life, and he was spending his days doing back-breaking manual labor, digging ditches just to get by. For most of us, that's where the story would just stop. But instead of just accepting his lot in life, Victor started preparing. While he was digging ditches all day, he spent his nights reading over 5,000 books. And he wasn't just reading for fun. No, he was studying. He was memorizing opening paragraphs, picking apart different writing styles. He was literally teaching himself the craft from scratch. His dedication was just staggering. Get this, before a single word of his was ever published, he had already written 9 novels, 65 short stories, and 10 plays. He wasn't waiting for permission to be a writer, he was just being one, through pure, relentless effort.
He sent his work out over and over again. And this number, that's how many rejections he got. 260 times somebody told him no. Can you even imagine the kind of resilience that takes? One rejection was especially brutal. A publisher sent his manuscript back with just these 2 words scrawled on it. Don't be ridiculous. How soul-crushing is that? But, and this is the incredible part, Victor wasn't crushed. He was thrilled. Why? Because it meant they'd actually read it. To him, that was progress. That was a win.
And then, after 10 years of grinding, thousands of hours of studying, and 260 rejections, it happened. His hope, which was never just a passive wish, paid off. His first novel was published. He wasn't hoping for a future. He was actively, tirelessly preparing for one.
Now, Victor's story is so amazing precisely because it's so rare. It really shines a light on a very different, and honestly, a much more common way that people approach the future.
There was this psychologist, William Marston, who wanted to get to the bottom of this. So he surveyed 3,000 people, and he asked them a super simple but also super deep question. What do you live for? Just think about that for a second. How would you answer that?
The results he got back were, honestly, they were stunning. A full 94% of people gave an answer that basically boiled down to this: I'm just trying to get through the day. They were just enduring the present, kind of vaguely hoping that someday, somehow, a better tomorrow would just magically appear. And that is the absolute key difference, right there. On one side, you've got the 94%, just enduring, hoping for a miracle, but with no real plan. And on the other side, you've got Victor's path, actively preparing, building for tomorrow, all driven by a clear vision and real, concrete action.
So, how do we move from that first column over to the second? Well, there's this powerful, ancient metaphor that gets right to the heart of this whole idea: farming.
This verse from the Psalms just captures it so beautifully. Sowing seeds is hard work. It's tough. It's often done with struggle, with tears, but you do it because you have this absolute conviction that the hard work you're putting in now is going to lead to joy later.
Just picture a farmer planting rice under a blazing hot sun. It's exhausting. Your back is aching. The temptation to just quit must be enormous. But what keeps them going? It's the vision. It's that vivid picture in their head of a field of golden rice swaying in the autumn breeze. That future vision makes the pain of the present not just bearable, but meaningful.
It's really the fundamental law of the harvest. And you know what? It's the fundamental law of life. It's so simple, but you just can't escape it. The success you want tomorrow is a direct result of the effort you put in today. The future is built by the seeds we're planting right now.
But what if the harvest we're preparing for isn't just about a career goal or, a personal project? This ancient idea of farming also points to a much bigger, much more foundational reason for hope. The source material frames this in a theological context. It defines this deeper kind of hope as the belief that today and tomorrow are actually connected by a divine purpose. It's this conviction that the things we do now, our actions, are tied to something so much bigger, leading not just to a better tomorrow here, but to an eternal one.
So when you look at it this way, true hope becomes bigger than just the next thing on your to-do list. It becomes this fundamental belief that our lives, our struggles, all our preparations, they're all pointing toward a meaningful, purposeful end, a hope for the ultimate tomorrow.
Which brings everything right back to this moment, right now, knowing that the future isn't something we just wait around for, but something we build, one tiny seed at a time. The only question left is this one: what seed will you plant today?